Muscle loss. After age 60, you lose 3% of your muscle mass every single year if you don't actively fight it. That muscle loss leads to falls, fractures, and loss of independence. The 5 exercises I'm about to share with you target this exact problem, while also improving balance, bone density, and cardiovascular health in ways walking simply cannot match. And wait until you hear about number 1. A study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that people who performed this specific exercise just twice a week had 34% fewer falls and maintained their independence 8 years longer than those who only walked. If you want to stay strong, mobile, and independent well into your 80s and 90s, you need to know these 5 exercises. Make sure you stick around until the end because I'm going to share the exact weekly routine surgeons recommend for maximum results. Let's dive in. Number 5. Swimming and water aerobics. Coming in at number 5 is swimming and water aerobics, and there's a reason orthopedic surgeons love recommending this to their older patients. Water creates natural resistance that's 12 times greater than air, which means every movement you make in the pool is strength training without the harsh impact on your joints. A study from Western Australia followed 1,700 women aged 70 to 85 for 5 years and found that those who swam regularly had 33% fewer falls than non-swimmers. But the benefits go way beyond fall prevention. The buoyancy of water supports about 90% of your body weight, which means you can move freely without putting stress on arthritic knees, hips, or backs. This is crucial because many people over 60 stop exercising altogether due to joint pain, creating a vicious cycle of weakness and immobility. Water aerobics also provides cardiovascular benefits comparable to land-based exercises. Research from the American Council on Exercise found that a 45-minute water aerobics class burns between 250 to 400 calories while simultaneously building muscle and improving flexibility. The water's resistance challenges your muscles from all directions, not just fighting gravity like land exercises do. To get maximum benefits from swimming or water aerobics, aim for 3 sessions per week of at least 30 minutes each. Start with simple movements like walking in chest-deep water, progressing to arm circles, leg lifts, and eventually full swimming laps. The temperature matters too. Pools heated between 83 and 88 degrees Fahrenheit are ideal for older adults because they keep muscles relaxed and prevent the shock of cold water. If you're dealing with arthritis, aquatic therapy can reduce pain by up to 40% according to studies from the Arthritis Foundation. Use foam dumbbells or pool noodles to increase resistance as you get stronger. Focus on full body movements that engage your core, like treading water or doing cross-country skiing motions. The key is consistency and gradually increasing your time and intensity in the water. Now let's talk about an exercise that directly combats one of the biggest threats to aging bodies. Number 4. Resistance band training. Resistance bands might look simple, but they're surgical strike weapons against muscle loss. These elastic bands provide variable resistance, meaning the exercise gets harder as you stretch the band, which perfectly matches your muscle's strength curve. A landmark study from the American Journal of Preventive Medicine involving 1,328 adults over 65 found that those who did resistance band exercises twice weekly increased their muscle mass by 2.4 pounds over 12 weeks. That might not sound like much, but remember, you're losing 3% annually, so you're actually reversing years of decline. Resistance bands also improve something called proprioception, which is your body's awareness of where it is in space. This deteriorates with age and is a major contributor to falls. The bands force you to stabilize your body throughout each movement, retraining your nervous system to maintain balance. Physical therapists prefer bands over weights for older adults because they eliminate momentum. You can't cheat by swinging the weight up. Every inch of movement requires constant muscle engagement. Research from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning found that band training increased functional strength by 31% more than traditional weight machines in older adults. Functional strength means the ability to carry groceries, get up from chairs, and reach overhead shelves. To maximize results with resistance bands, you need different resistance levels, typically color-coded from light to heavy. Start with a light band that allows you to complete 12 to 15 repetitions with good form. The most important exercises are squats with the band around your thighs, chest presses, rows, overhead presses, and standing hip abductions. Perform 2 to 3 sets of each exercise with 1 minute rest between sets. The magic happens when you move slowly and control both the stretching and releasing phases of each movement. A 2-second stretch and 3-second release is ideal. This creates maximum muscle tension and growth stimulus. Train 3 days per week with at least one rest day between sessions. Your muscles need that recovery time to rebuild stronger. Focus on maintaining tension throughout the entire range of motion. Don't let the band go slack at any point. This constant tension is what triggers muscle growth and strength gains that walking simply cannot achieve. Here's where things get really interesting for bone health. Number 3. Stair climbing and step-ups. Stair climbing is the exercise that makes your bones literally grow stronger, and here's the science behind why. When you climb stairs, you're creating impact forces 2 to 3 times your body weight on each leg. This might sound concerning, but it's actually exactly what your bones need. Bone is living tissue that responds to stress by becoming denser and stronger. A study from the University of Ulster tracked 5,000 postmenopausal women and found that those who climbed stairs regularly had 2% higher bone density in their hips compared to those who walked on flat ground. Over 10 years, that difference translates to 40% fewer hip fractures. Hip fractures are devastating for older adults, with 20% dying within 1 year and 50% never regaining full independence. Stair climbing prevents this tragedy by strengthening the exact bones most vulnerable to fracture. Beyond bones, stair climbing is phenomenal for heart health. Research published in Circulation found that climbing just 8 flights of stairs daily reduced mortality risk by 33%. Your heart rate increases significantly more during stair climbing than walking, giving you cardiovascular benefits in a fraction of the time. A 10-minute stair climbing session provides similar aerobic benefits to 30 minutes of flat walking. Stair climbing also builds the gluteal and quadriceps muscles that are essential for getting up from chairs, getting off the toilet, and preventing falls. These muscles atrophy fastest with age, but stair climbing keeps them strong and functional. To get maximum benefit from stair climbing, start conservatively if you haven't done it in years. Begin with just 1 or 2 flights, holding the handrail for safety. Climb up normally, but consider taking the elevator down initially because descending stairs is harder on the knees. As you build strength over 2 to 3 weeks, progress to climbing 3 to 5 flights without stopping. The goal is to reach a point where you can climb 4 flights without being severely out of breath. Focus on taking full steps where your entire foot lands on each stair rather than just your toes. This engages more muscle and is safer. Perform stair climbing or step-ups 3 to 4 times per week. If you don't have access to stairs, a 6 to 8 inch step platform works perfectly. Step up and down for 5-minute intervals, alternating your leading leg every 30 seconds. Gradually increase to 15-minute sessions as your endurance builds. Let's shift to an exercise that transforms your balance and coordination. Number 2. Tai Chi. Tai Chi looks gentle and peaceful, but don't let that fool you. This ancient Chinese practice is a powerhouse for fall prevention and cognitive function. A comprehensive meta-analysis published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society reviewed 18 different studies involving 3,824 participants and found that Tai Chi reduced fall rates by 43% in older adults. That's a massive reduction achieved through slow, deliberate movements that most 60-year-olds can perform safely. The reason Tai Chi works so well is that it challenges your balance in every direction. Unlike walking, which is linear and predictable, Tai Chi has you shifting weight side to side, rotating your trunk, and moving your arms independently from your legs. This multi-planar movement retrains your body to recover from unexpected losses of balance, which is exactly what happens right before a fall. Research from Oregon Research Institute found that Tai Chi improved balance scores by 28% after just 24 weeks of practice. But the benefits extend far beyond physical stability. Multiple studies have shown that Tai Chi improves cognitive function and may delay dementia. A study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that older adults who practiced Tai Chi 3 times weekly had better memory, attention, and processing speed than control groups. Brain scans revealed increased brain volume in regions responsible for balance and cognition. The mindfulness component of Tai Chi, where you focus intently on each movement and your breathing, essentially gives your brain a workout alongside your body. This dual stimulation is something walking alone cannot provide. Tai Chi also reduces blood pressure and inflammation throughout the body. Research from Harvard Medical School showed that regular Tai Chi practice lowered systolic blood pressure by an average of 15 points, comparable to some blood pressure medications. To maximize Tai Chi benefits, commit to 3 sessions per week of 45 to 60 minutes each. Find a qualified instructor who specializes in teaching older adults. While you can learn from videos, having an instructor correct your form ensures you're performing movements correctly and safely. The most important forms for older adults are weight-shifting exercises, single-leg balance poses held for increasing durations, and flowing sequences that coordinate arm and leg movements. Practice in a clear space where you won't trip over obstacles. Wear flat, flexible shoes or go barefoot if your balance allows. Start with basic movements and don't rush progression. The slow, controlled nature of Tai Chi is precisely what makes it effective. Focus on keeping your knees slightly bent, your core engaged, and your breathing deep and rhythmic. Consistency matters more than intensity with Tai Chi. Even on days you feel tired, a gentle 20-minute session maintains your progress and keeps your balance systems sharp. And now for the number one exercise that surgeons say is absolutely non-negotiable after 60. Number 1. Progressive resistance strength training. Here's the truth that every orthopedic surgeon and geriatric specialist knows. If you do only one type of exercise after 60, it must be progressive resistance strength training. This means lifting weights or using resistance machines where you gradually increase the load over time. No other exercise comes close to its comprehensive benefits for longevity, independence, and quality of life. A landmark study published in the British Medical Journal followed 80,306 adults for decades and found that those who performed strength training twice weekly had 23% lower risk of premature death and 31% lower risk of cancer-related death compared to those who never lifted weights. The muscle-building effects are dramatic. Research from Tufts University showed that adults in their 70s and 80s who followed a structured strength training program for 12 weeks increased their muscle mass by an average of 3 pounds in strength by 40%. These participants went from needing assistance with daily activities to being fully independent. One 86-year-old woman in the study started barely able to rise from a chair and ended doing leg presses with 200 pounds. Strength training also has profound effects on metabolism and body composition. After age 60, your resting metabolic rate drops significantly, making weight gain almost inevitable. But each pound of muscle you add increases your daily calorie burn by about 50 calories. That might not sound like much, but over a year, that's 18,000 calories or 5 pounds of fat. Strength training is also the single most effective intervention for preventing and reversing osteoporosis. The American College of Sports Medicine states that high-intensity resistance training can increase bone density by 1 to 3% annually. A study in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research found that postmenopausal women who lifted heavy weights twice weekly for 12 months increased their spine bone density by 9%. This is remarkable because most osteoporosis medications only slow bone loss rather than building new bone. Beyond the physical benefits, strength training dramatically improves mental health and cognitive function. A systematic review in JAMA Psychiatry found that resistance training reduced depression symptoms by 32% in older adults, comparable to antidepressant medications. The sense of accomplishment from getting progressively stronger provides psychological benefits that cardio exercises don't deliver. To get maximum benefits from strength training, you need a structured progressive program. This means starting with weights you can lift for 8 to 12 repetitions with good form, then gradually increasing the weight by 5 to 10% when you can complete 12 repetitions easily. The essential exercises are squats or leg presses, deadlifts or Romanian deadlifts, chest presses, rows, overhead presses, and core exercises like planks. Perform each exercise for 2 to 3 sets with 60 to 90 seconds rest between sets. Train 2 to 3 days per week, hitting all major muscle groups each session. The weight should feel challenging by the last 2 repetitions of each set. If you're not struggling a bit, you're not stimulating muscle growth. Form is absolutely critical. Poor form leads to injury and eliminates the benefits. Consider hiring a certified personal trainer who specializes in older adults for at least 5 to 10 sessions to learn proper technique. Many gyms offer free introductory sessions where trainers teach you how to use the machines safely. Focus on controlled movements with a 2-second lifting phase and 3-second lowering phase. The lowering phase is actually where most muscle growth occurs, so never drop the weight quickly. Start light and progress slowly. Your connective tissues need time to adapt to the new stresses. Increasing weight too quickly leads to tendon and joint problems. A good rule is to increase weight only after you've completed your target repetitions with perfect form for 2 consecutive workouts. Track your workouts in a notebook or app so you can see your progress over weeks and months. This progression is what separates strength training from all other exercises, and why surgeons consider it absolutely essential for maintaining independence and vitality after 60. Walking is good, but it's not enough to keep you strong, balanced, and independent as you age. The 5 exercises we've covered today, resistance strength training, Tai Chi, stair climbing, resistance bands, and swimming, address the specific physical declines that happen after 60 in ways walking cannot. The science is absolutely clear. People who incorporate these exercises into their weekly routine live longer, fall less, maintain independence longer, and enjoy better quality of life. The ideal weekly routine includes strength training twice per week, Tai Chi or balance work twice per week, and 1 to 2 sessions of swimming or stair climbing. That might sound like a lot, but we're talking about 4 to 5 hours per week to potentially add years to your life and life to your years. Remember that consistency beats intensity every single time. It's better to do moderate exercise 3 times per week for years than to go hard for a month and quit. Your body adapts gradually, and the compound effects of regular exercise are truly remarkable. Studies show that people who maintain exercise routines into their 70s and 80s have biological ages 20 years younger than sedentary peers. Their muscles, bones, hearts, and even brains function like someone decades younger. The best part is that it's never too late to start. Research from the University of Birmingham found that people who began strength training in their 70s built muscle just as effectively as lifelong exercisers. Your muscles retain their ability to grow and adapt throughout your entire life. You're not too old, too weak, or too far gone. Every single workout makes you stronger and more resilient. Start with just one of these exercises this week. Don't try to overhaul your entire routine overnight. Pick the one that appeals most to you or addresses your biggest concern, whether that's muscle loss, balance, or bone density. Commit to it for 30 days and notice how much better you feel. If this video opened your eyes to the limitations of walking alone, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos on staying strong and healthy after 60. Your future self will thank you for taking action today. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these 5 exercises are you already doing, or which one are you most excited to start with this week? Or maybe you're over 60 and have your own exercise routine that's transformed your strength and mobility. Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.